Welcome everybody to another episode of the Ellipsis show on tomoradio.com. This is actually a commercial or infomercial for something that I have coming out. All right. Just want to put this picture up here just for a second. All right. Sam. This is my friend Sam. The majority of this episode is for Sam White, my buddy, for the Panda Man, for Scooter Scott, and for one other person that we talked about it last night. Sam, when I see you, I'll tell you in person who that fourth person is. So it's mainly for you four. Other people may see this infomercial or this commercial and get their appetites wet for what's coming. All right. Here it is. This is an infomercial or a commercial for the roast of Sam White. I'm going to title this video The Roast of Sam White is Coming. Right? The roast of Sam White is coming. The roast of Sam White is coming soon. No, the roast of Sam White is coming. This roast is overdue. Panda Man and Scooter Scott and I, we were supposed to do this in late October. So here it is. It is December. It's the middle of December. And we let all of November go by without doing this roast of Sam White. And because we haven't done it, Sam has gotten worse. Sam, we were supposed to roast you, and I told you we were going to roast you. You said I'm going hunting or whatever. And so we didn't do the phone call so we could roast you. You have gotten worse. And I'm here out of love as the Toastmaster and the Roast Master. In Toma, there are no Toastmasters or Roast Masters other than me. And there are people who are able to roast, and there are people who are able to toast. And so, over 2020, all of the people who are able to toast and all of the people who are able to roast, we are going to gradually find each other, and we're going to get together, and we're going to do some toasts and some roasts. Toasting and roasting is more than just compliments and insults. Okay? It's more than just compliments and insults. Toasting is more than just compliments. Roasting is more than just insults. It's not just insults. It's just not. Okay? Sam Sam, I care about you. Okay? in the in the 13, 12, in the 14 or 15 months that we have worked together, I have went from not enjoying your presence to enjoying your presence, and one step further, coveting your presence so that we could do something that none of your other friends would ever want to do with you. Okay? It's to the point, this is how much I like you. I like you so much that I'm willing for you and me to do radio together. I'm putting my name on the line and attaching it to you so that we can produce something that I do on a regular basis, and that is make quality content that people outside of my circle enjoy, which means I had to make a bigger circle. So now people within my circle, I had to make a bigger circle because the content that I put out is so high quality. And I am taking what I do and I am adding it or setting it up for you and me and our work relationship that is growing to become a friendship outside of work. We haven't fully completed that yet. But I'm working that. I'm working it. The last conversation that we had about this whole thing was, let's set a date on one of these Sundays. I think I wrote it down. I mentioned to you the 15th, 22nd, or 29th. Let's do something. Let's get together. Let's let our clear. Okay, so I care about you. I want for our children to play together. My children are African American or black. Your children or child, I think you just got the one, is Caucasian, white, last name white. I want for our children to play together. That means a lot to me, and it should mean a lot to you. And let me confirm something. The reason why it should mean a lot to you. All right, here we go. All right, Dave is up and running already. Doggone it. Here's why it should mean a lot to you. When I scroll through your friends list, okay? When I scroll through your friends, I believe that I am your only black friend, if I'm not mistaken. Right? I'm scrolling through your friend list right now on Facebook. And so, as of this video, let me see how many friends you have here. You have 347 friends. Out of 347 friends that I have just scrolled through right here, right? I'm all the way at the bottom. I can't go no farther bottom. I can't go any further. Right? What are these? Oh, all these people send me messages. No, hold on. Let me get rid of all this. Here we go. I'm at the bottom of your friends list, my friend. Wait, maybe I'm wrong. Hold on, let me see something. She looks like she's black. So I'm going to confirm this. Okay, now I'm going to write this down. Let me see here. Melissa Pierre. All right. So right now, I'm going to confirm that you guys are friends because I can see the thing, right? So I am either your only black friend, right? Or I'm one of two out of 347. I am the only black male friend that you have. And Melissa Pierre is the other black friend that you got. So you have two black friends out of all 347 or 49 friends. Our friendship is special. Our friendship is very, very special to me. Once I got over my disdain for your presence, I valued you as a person. And I no longer looked at you with disdain in my eyes and I no longer looked at you in a negative way. And that's why this roast that I'm going to do, that is why this is it's important for me to do it. Because you became a facilitator, and I don't think you understand that the title facilitator has gone to your head. I don't think that you understand that. I don't think you understand it. And that's why I'm doing this and the roast. I'm going to talk to you in person about how I want to do this, but this needs to be done. You need to be roasted. It needs to be in person. And I need to have Scooter Scott and the Panda Band with me when we do this. And it should be in front of an audience. It should be. Because we're going to record the audio and or the video. But it should be in front of your friends and family and your loved ones. Because we all love you. Which is why we need to roast you. Or at least I need to roast you. And, Scooter Scott and the Panda Man, I'm going to let them chime in whenever they want to. All right. I wrote down some stuff here that I want to get into. And I'm not going to get into it now. I'm saving it for the roast. The roast of Sam White is coming. The Matt Ellipsis Show, TomoRadio.com. The roast of Sam White is coming. We're going to set a date. And my desire is for you to be there so that we can do this correctly. The first thing that I want to say to you, Sam, is I challenge you to have 2 conversations before the end of this week. I'm putting this out on the 11th of December, 2019. I challenge you The 11th is today, Wednesday. Thursday, the 12th. Friday, the 13th. Okay? And Saturday, the 14th. I challenge you to do this, to have 2 conversations between now and Saturday. We work Saturday. So you got 4 days. I challenge you to talk to Robert and talk to Skip. Robert and Skip, both of them are second shift people. I challenge you to talk to both of them and ask them this question. Okay? Write this down, or I'll write it down for you. What do you honestly think about the job that I do? That's what I want you to ask Robert. What do you honestly think about the job that I do? And then I want you to, after you ask Robert, I want you to take notes. If you recorded it, it might be better because then you'll have his actual words. And let him spend as much time with you on the clock or off the clock to answer that question. Don't interrupt him. Don't get mad. I challenge you to let him, Robert, tell you what he honestly thinks about the job you do. And then after you're done with Robert, then go over to Skip next time you see Skip and ask Skip, what do you honestly think about the job I do? Ask them. Now, you may want to ask other people, and I understand that. Robert and Skip is the challenge. You can ask anybody else and whatever. The challenge I'm giving you is ask those 2. If I need to show you something. Something came in the mail for me, Sam. And I need to show you this. Where is it at? Where is it at? Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Something came in the mail for me. All right. Now, let me explain to you what you're looking at. What you're looking at here is a certificate of retirement. I am 43 years old. And ever since I was 17 years old, I've been in the Army. I turned 18 in the Army while in basic training. I didn't do a birthday party or have cake and ice cream or let me see where is it? Right. So when I turned 18, I didn't have a party like this. Okay? There were no sprinkles or anything. There was push-ups. There was sit-ups. There was running. There was man stuff. Basic training in the Army. From 1995, when I went in the military, up until 2019 November, I've been in the Army. Okay? Let me calculate something real quick. Yeah, okay, let me calculate something. Yeah. I've spent the last 24 years of my life in the Army. If I'm not mistaken, you are like 33. I'm gonna give you credit. I think you're 33 or something like that. All right, so let's go with 33. So minus 33. So before you were 10 years old, before you went through puberty, before you started having erections, before you started high school, before many of the milestones human beings have, that like their voice changes, puberty, and hormones, before all that stuff happened, I was in the Army. I ended my Army career after 24 years, and my rank is Master Sergeant. I'm gonna translate something for you so you can understand my view of where you sit as a facilitator. This is my view. The facilitator position is a very, very important position in our company, the company that we work for. Very important position. And all the facilitators that work in our company, those people, when they get entrusted that position, I don't question the judgment of the leader that gave you that position. I would never question it, because when you're promoted to something, it doesn't mean that you are something. It means that you have the potential to be something. Okay? So when you get your driver's license, yeah, you know how to drive, but you have the privilege to learn how to drive at the level as other drivers. You have potential. We're giving you this driver's license so that you can act on that potential, because you have the potential to be a good driver. When you get promoted in the Army, yeah, you qualify, but just because you're qualified doesn't mean you get promoted. When you get promoted, it's saying you have the potential to do a job or perform a role or perform a function at a certain level. You've got that potential. The facilitator role is very important in our company. There are a lot of people who, when you became a facilitator, they questioned the judgment and judgments of the leaders that entrusted you with that position. When I became a master sergeant, I dealt with the same thing. But here's the thing. I dealt with the same thing, but it wasn't to the level that you've dealt with or that I hear regarding you being a facilitator. Being a facilitator, the equivalent in the military is the sergeant, E5. So you go from E1 to E4 and you become a specialist in your area. And E4, that's what I think majority of everybody that works at our company is probably at the E4 level. When they become a facilitator or one of those other positions, they move to the next level, the E5 level, the sergeant, because now they're responsible for other people. And we have a ceremony for those people who become a sergeant. We do a ceremony and it's beautiful. In my Army culture, it's beautiful. But that's what the facilitator level is an E5. Then an E5 can get promoted to E6, but they've got to perform well and get about 2 or 3 years of good evaluations before they go to the E6 level. Now, I made it to E8. So I've been at E5, and the age that I was in E5 was 24 years old, if I'm not mistaken. And I'll verify my numbers later. But at 24 years old, I became an E5, and I dealt with what you deal with. I don't think he should be promoted. I don't think what. But here's the good part. I got a chance to work at the E5 level, and then I earned the privilege of being promoted to E6. And then I worked at the E6 level, and I earned the privilege of becoming an E7. Now, by the time I was promoted to E8, yes, I dealt with, I don't know, but here's what it was for me. Now it was jealousy. At the E5 level, I don't know if it's really jealousy, right? It may be a little bit of jealousy, some parts jealousy, but, you know, there are many people who are E4s that could also do the E5 job because they're specialists in their area. The difference between E4 and E5 is really that piece of paper that says you've been promoted. You know? And so that E5 has to perform almost at E6 level for all of his contemporaries, E4s, to say, you know what? He's on point. Or she's on point. And I want you to know, Sam, I care about you. And because I care about you, I want you to know that you have not performed at the level that's commiserate with the puffiness and arrogance that you've been walking around with. You have not earned your stripes yet. You have not earned the ability to walk around and correct everybody. You have not earned the ability to correct me about how I drive my forklift frontwards or backwards. You could tell a joke, but don't repeat it 3 and 4 times like the way you drive your forklift is more correct than the way I drive my forklift. You have not earned that ability. You just haven't. And that's why you need to talk to Robert and Skip. Because you need people in your life that are going to tell you the truth and not blow smoke up your rear end. If I'm not mistaken, Sam, you it was in late October, you were on the forklift and you caused mayhem with the mistake that you made. The sound was loud. Whatever came crashing down that you did, it was immense. It was larger than many of the other things that I'd seen at Toro. I have not seen. I have video footage, not of the crash, but of some of the cleanup, because Panda Man and Scooter Scott had to stop what they were doing and had to come over and actually help clean up. I have never caused that much calamity at the job with my forklift. I've not done it. I mean, listen, I'm glad you made it to Facilitator. But this mayhem that you caused, it just happened. Which is why Scooter Scott and the Panda Man and me and you were supposed to get on the phone together and we were supposed to do a roast. We never did that. And so because we didn't, you have developed this ego. You have developed this big-headedness. You have developed an audacious philosophy that you being a facilitator was a great idea and benefits the company that we work for. I'm not saying that I question the judgment of those that made you a facilitator. But if you talk to Robert and if you talk to Skip, which I challenge you to do, I don't know that you will make this challenge. I don't know that you'll do it. Now listen, here's the thing. I care about you, and I want you to know, Sam, I care about you a lot. I care about you a lot. So this roast is not a negative thing. When I roast people, I've got 2 types of roasts that I do. One of them is because I care about the person and I'm going to use my platform to be a blessing to all the people around that person and be a blessing to them, that person. And I'm going to use my ability to roast and toast in a way that pokes a little bit of fun while we honor you. These people that put these sprinkles all over your face, they were honoring you and honoring the day that you were born. That's the same spirit that I bring to a roast. We're honoring you, even though we are poking fun. Okay? The second reason, and that's where I'm at. The second reason for a roast that for me is to help others never do what the roastee has done. Now, for you, it's on the first side. I want to honor you, and I want you to know that you feel loved. I want you to know that you're loved by me, one of your two black friends. So my opinion and what I got to say, it's very unique from all your friends. Very unique. Okay? I don't know how many friends you have that are black and have been in the military for more than 20 years and has served faithfully and honorably in the military. You don't have any black friends like me, other than me, and so I'm professing to you that I care. This should be a big deal to you because you don't have black people coming up to you telling you how much they care about you. I don't even think that Melissa Pierre, I don't even know if she's a real person, first of all. Right? And I'm interested to know who she is. And so I'm gonna reach out to her and talk and try to and you know, talk to her. Here's the thing, Sam. This roast is coming. We are doing a roast of Sam White. It's official. I would like your participation in this so that we can do this right. Here's what I want you to know, Sam. Here's what I want you to know. I'm going to have fun roasting you. I'm going to have so much fun doing it. You have the ability to, with your phone or whatever, reach out to me so that we can do another, so that you can also roast me. I'm not above being roasted. I welcome it. Robert and Skip both have brought correction to me. Skip shared with me something that he felt I wronged him in, and we got a chance to talk about it. And I value his opinion, and I value what he has to say. And so I explained myself so that he could see that the way he interpreted it was not the way that he needed to interpret it, because what I did was not malicious toward him. But I see him as a friend, and so he's can come to me and tell me this stuff. Robert has brought correction to me on more than 4 occasions that I can think of off the top of my head. And each time I let him make all of his points to completion, and I do my best to try to implement what he said to me. What I want you to know, Sam, is if you can take the challenge and rise to the occasion, which I know you're capable of, you will find this process very, very helpful, more helpful to you than maybe some of the training that the company would provide for you. I'm here to help. Robert is here to help. Skip is here to help. And Panda Man and Brand and Scooter Scott, we 3 are the roast committee, and we're going to do this officially. So it's coming. I want you to be involved so that we can work this out right. And you will be the first roastee of the Mad Ellipsis show and of TomaRadio.com. So I'm going to put a pin in it right now. Not gotten everything that I want to say, because I am going to put it in the roast. If anyone else that has heard this, if you desire for me to help you craft some material to roast someone or toast someone, get in touch with me by reaching out to me on Facebook and friending me, and we'll work it out using Facebook Messenger, or come to one of our events that we have coming up. I have a comedy event happening on the 3rd and the 10th of January 2020. The title of one of the comedy shows is What to Do If Your Wife is a Dummy. It's going to be very enjoyable. I wrote a bunch of material related to that, and let's have a good time. Sam, let's talk offline. Thank you.